Greetings and salutations, everyone. I am 16-Bit Scotty, the game master for this Western Games D6 Star Wars Revised and Remastered Edition. That's a lot of words to just say that we're tabletopping some Star Wars tonight in an older system. So, before I kind of hit the recaps and kind of funny things and everything else, we'll go ahead and jump into the people hellos and all that fun stuff. We will say, Chrono, we'll start with you. Try to keep it normal.
Hello, I'm Richard. I am the captain of the DP-28, and should be an interesting game.
Possibly. Because as everyone's going to notice, we are 2 people down. We will explain that after introductions. We'll go into more detail. Let's put it that way. So, Dead Man Bones. Introduce yourself and the character you're playing tonight.
You had me mid swallow. Yeah, Dead Man Bones. I'm playing Zobros. Har. Let's start that over again. Hi, Dead Man Bones playing Zobros, Mandalorian Sharpshooter. Take it away.
And how's Zoe doing tonight?
Well, honestly, she's wondering for work. That's all.
Alrighty then. So we will go ahead and jump over to Kanza.
So I am Arena Flare playing Kanza, and I've got to mute the stream because I can hear double.
Nice. Always fun, isn't it? That's why I don't do that.
It just unmuted itself for some reason, and I don't know
Really?
why.
Huh. It's the spirit of Crom or Adamox playing pranks on Kanza. And
It's the
yes,
spirit of Adamox saying, "Get me out of Wookiee heaven."
that's right. I don't know how I got stuck in here, but I don't like it. I can't stab things.
Everything wants to rip my arms off.
That's right. I'm so scared.
I'm sorry, Adamox. How many times did you stab anything?
That's
Like
right.
what?
The one upside is I don't have to worry about my armor. There's no more threats here.
That's
No more threats of
technically,
that nature here.
if we go by, never mind.
So yes, as you can tell with us joking around, if you haven't caught the last episode, we were 2 players down. 2 characters had passed away. Adamox mysteriously died while Kanza was trying to help heal him. We don't know how that happened. It wasn't like there was a couple back-to-back nat ones or anything on the wild die. I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, once your time is your time, right? And we are also unfortunately down a Crom. But the remaining crew, the remaining Dice Dorks, the crew of the DP-28, are still here. And they have taken a little bit of time to mourn. They've gone ahead and went, took care of the remains of Adamox, and just kind of got done dropping Crom off at Kashyyyk. The Wookiees were very grateful, and you didn't understand a lot of what they said, but they more or less just kind of put on pleasantries and thanked the crew for dropping Crom off and things like that, and little things here and there. So you guys didn't waste too awful long, and went ahead and started heading out. And that was when Zoe ended up getting in communications from Marka Dern? Was it Dern? Give me a second. His name is. I had it and then it's gone. Yeah, that's right. Marka Dern. Now, this message wasn't a live communication. It was more or less kind of like a video email kind of thing that was sent to Zoe. You have worked with Marka in the past. He has done a lot of trade route stuff, kind of similar to what Richard's done. Not so much in the realm of smuggling, but tries to do shipping routes and things that in dangerous areas to basically get big monies and all that kind of fun stuff. He's always been looking for like that big score. And this last message that he sent you had detailed that he had stumbled upon something he'd been looking for a very long time, and that was the treasure of a Celis Mott. And he believes he has the location of it, and he was requesting that you meet him at Ethereal. I don't think it's a station. Let's say the planet of Ethereal. Probably about maybe a week away from your guys' home planet, or quote unquote home planet.
So, Game Master, question: How
Yes.
thorough? How thorough is this gentleman usually?
Better than Han.
Okay.
He usually kind of tries to cover his bases, tries to, get everything squared away and all that stuff. He doesn't like loose ends, but he also has a bad habit of overlooking things, and that tends to get him into trouble.
All right. Well, boss, I got us possible work.
Oh,
Yeah. Say, I've already forgotten the name already. Can you? How was it pronounced again?
Marka Dersh.
Marka Dersh.
Druss. I don't know.
Well,
Let me look it back
let's
up
just
again.
say let's just say the TLDR. I verbally diarrhea the thing information.
Marka
like-
Dern.
Market Dern. Have you ever heard of him?
not familiar.
Well, let's just say he's someone I trust, and he's usually pretty thorough with what he's plans. It sounds like he could use some hands, and we could use some coins. So why not? He's
So you
not
got
far
a
from
job?
us. Yes, sir.
You know what? You can take the lead on this one.
Ready?
Nice.
Will do.
You
So-
found the job. You take the lead.
Okay.
It's a Zoe episode officially. Apparently now. All right.
So Kanza,
Yeah.
we got a job. Look alive. And these are the coordinates as follows, Richard.
All right. I'll punch him in.
Alrighty then. So I kind of imagine you guys were like in the middle of hyperspace when the transmission had actually gone through. So you pull out of hyperspace into the lane. Go ahead and give me an astrogation mechanical to reconfigure your jumping route. And please no ones on the wild die. As funny as
Yeah,
it
we
was,
can't.
as funny as
We
it
can't have
was,
those this week.
yeah, I'd say as funny as it was to re-listen to all that stuff. I was grinning ear to ear this morning. But
I
yeah,
can
it
lie
was-
to you.
Why are you trying? Why
Are
trying
you
to curse?
kidding me? Did you really?
Really?
Did you really?
What is that?
What's the opposite of a 6?
A 12?
It's a total of 12.
Okay.
It's a total of 12.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
First roll of the session.
See,
Welcome.
this is why you wake me up early enough to wake up.
That's right.
You know, I thought you would have had an alarm set.
Yeah, welcome to Dice Dorks, everybody, where we offer premier gaming and epic rolls. Okay. Um. Oh crap! I will put it
No.
in your hands. Roll me a d6.
Let's see if the dice can redeem themselves.
Let us see, indeed.
It's a 3.
So, just as a fun little side note, because I'm a pretty transparent DM for the most part. If you've watched, you can kind of see a couple of these players have played with me for a few years now. So I try not to buffalo because it makes it for me a lot more fun and exciting. So I pulled this from an adventure module, and apparently we're already going to be taking a sidebar. Okay.
Oh dear.
So you're going to punch everything in, and you will go ahead and throttle forward, and you hear
No. Richard, please tell me that we didn't just suffer engine failure.
Kanza's gonna reach for a comm and just check in with Jada. Is everything okay?
You do that, like I kind of see Kanza like your camera, like and then like hits the comm and things that you see Jada like in the engine room. There's like Tabana gas steaming out, and she's like slapping at stuff and like cranking things down and all this other kind of fun stuff. And then she's got one of those droid brains, so like there's like a little flashing light and is like Jada, is everything okay? And then she slaps the side of her droid brain real quick, and she says, "No, everything is not okay. This one was walking past when the engine decided to burp out Tabana gas. Something went wrong, and I don't know what."
Well,
Yeah.
Would you like me to come and help you inspect it?
I am torn as a game master because as of right now, if I say no, I can probably just skirt past this and fix it and it'll be okay. But if I say yes, she's gonna make a roll that's gonna be a nat one that's gonna make it worse. So
you want to.
so
So do we want to
yes,
avoid the nat 1?
no, for comedy purposes and to see if I'm wrong, and hopefully, God please let me be wrong. Jada will say Jada could use the help if Cons would like to come back here. Jada could use an extra pair of eyes.
Okay, so Kanza will head over to the engine room.
Okay. So you head on over to the engine room. You can tell that the engine's kind of like on a low power mode. It's not humming as high. You can kind of see like this fog of Tabana gas is just kind of floating around. Kit, her little personal joy, is kind of going around inspecting like in between tighter areas of the engine components and all that stuff. As she is running like a diagnostic on the nearby computer, she will look over at you and say, "Ah, Kanza, please, you were going to help this one?"
Yes, is there anything that you need me to look at in here, or you have a scanner I can use to look at anything?
She is going to say that this one believes she has discovered the problem. Jada needs you to assist with the computer while this one goes to fix the part.
I can do that.
God, I hope you can.
I
Okay.
really hope I can too.
So
Is that a
Jada
technical
will
or
walk
machine?
away from the from the computer terminal, and then she will basically kind of tell you that give you like loose instructions of what she needs you to do. And it's a sort of like mapping area kind of thing where she has memorized essentially where she needs to go to fix and things that. But in order to properly do there's a sequence that needs to occur on shutdown. So the main part is shut down, but there's going to be a few sequences things that need to be shut down while she's working on it. She normally would have Kit doing these things, but Kit's fixing a separate problem and issue. Okay, so Jada is going to kind of head back, pull off some paneling, crawl in, and all that stuff. And you go ahead and give me a technical. No, it's computers, isn't it? That's mechanical. So mechanical computer program repair. Or no, that is technical. That is technical.
I was about
Yeah,
to
it's
say that.
technical.
Yeah, it's technical. That's technical. So technical computer program repair.
I thought these engines were supposed to be more reliable.
You haven't gotten those yet.
We haven't got.
No.
Oh.
That's going to be its own thing.
He did it already.
So I
Yeah.
didn't get a 1 on the wild die.
Well, that's
What?
good. That's
It's an
good.
8.
It's an 8? Okay. Alrighty then. So, you guys are going to take about a grand total of 30 to 45 minutes. And you're able to get everything back up running perfectly, humming, everything else. Jada will pop onto the comms and let you know, Richard, that the engine's fixed. You guys have hyperspace back. Thank you,
Okay.
Lord.
Quick, vent the gas.
Right? All right, so you go ahead and kind of reluctantly put your hand on the throttle, and then you kind of slowly push up, and then you will see the star line kind of do this stretch thing as you guys will jump into hyperspace.
I just thought about this, Richard. Who's your co-pilot right now?
Right, brain?
Oh, right. I almost I forgot about the droid brain. You technically don't need a physical person there at the moment.
No, he can pilot the ship. He can pilot. Anybody can pilot this particular ship by themselves. It just increases the difficulty.
Fair enough.
All right, so
Apparently, Satan's my co-pilot.
Oh,
These
God.
rolls.
right.
I'm going to the kitchen.
Yeah. All right.
No
So
fiddle
you
required.
guys are gonna have a little bit of time to travel and things. Is there anything that you wanted to do in particular, interacting with each other, or anything that you want to kind of bring attention to, or whatever's?
No, I would have had Jada work on the armor
Mhm.
by now. So
It's like, so how tip top is DP-28?
About like the same. She's kept everything best she can with bubble gum and rubber bands. So it's a lot of
Paperclips.
yeah, that's right. Don't forget the paper clips. Those are the key things. They're the conduits that make it
Don't
all
forget.
work.
That's what held Reptar together.
That's right.
Every now and again, you see a band-aid on a scratch.
Yes, that's
So
right.
I just thought about this, Richard. Do we want to go to the job first, or do we want to hook the ship up first?
I don't think I told anybody but Jada about that.
Yeah, Jada's
Oh.
the only one that knows.
Never mind then. That didn't happen. My bad.
Yeah.
So how do you think Kanza's going to adapt?
They seem like they're adapting well.
Yeah, true.
They didn't stab us in the back.
No, he didn't. So there's that. It's like, I'm just glad we have a job. But pays hopefully well, but payment is payment. So
Not always. Sometimes the jobs are not worth the pay.
sometimes it's like, in this instance, how well do I trust him, Dungeon Master? I mean, said Dungeon Master, Game
You're fine.
Master.
You've worked with him a few different times. Like I said, he's trustworthy. He's yet to stab you in the back. Not super gullible, but every so often he can be. Yeah. So, yeah, it's you don't feel that there's going to be another Mojo Hut situation.
All right.
Yeah,
so,
Richard is thinking about the moon base mission going, yeah, some jobs aren't worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this won't be another Mojo. He's good for it, and he's earned my trust.
Your
So,
job. You're in charge.
That's right.
understood.
He said at the beginning, and
And
absolutely.
Kanza just walks into the room at the tail end of that. You better be trustworthy, or somebody's getting hit.
One
This
punch
isn't
conjure.
another.
Ah!
Well, he hasn't betrayed me in the. How many years have I known him?
We'll say about 4.
I've known him for 4 years, and he's done
Since
right
you
by
were
me.
12.
Yeah.
You were just a wee bounty hunter then.
When she first started out, got her first training bounty hunter pistol with a little orange cap on the end of the barrel. Okay.
The joke's on you. It was a
You
real gun
joke,
designed
but
to
you
look
know.
like a toy.
Right.
You joke, but you know things.
I know.
You know things, Scotty.
I am the game
All right.
master. I am supposed to know all.
So, all right. Also, got you a sandwich, Richard,
Thank you.
and some coffee. Say what you will about Kashyyyk, but they've got good beans, good tea, leaves as well. So which one would you want, coffee or tea? I'll take the other one.
I'll take the tea.
Okay then.
Get some sleep.
Don't know what you're missing. So it's basically a chicken club sandwich,
What?
but
Grr.
there's some bacon, mayo, barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Real good stuff.
Real good stuff. So that's pretty much what you all you guys are gonna do is just kind of basic humdrum. Here's this, here's that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Great,
Yep.
great. I want a chicken club. What have I done?
I don't know. I'm trying to think what the crap I did with my book. That's what I did with it on my other book.
That's it.
All right. So you guys will write out the journey and come out of hyperspace to the planet. You'll get the standard, incoming communication, just kind of trying to make sure who you are, what you're doing, all that kind of fun stuff. This place isn't super tied down with Imperial presence. You're not noticing any kind of ships or anything crazy like that. But the sector that you're in is near the Nanthro trade route, which has been known for your favorite type of people, pirates. So it tends to be a little on the rough side. So they're just kind of running checks and things that just to make sure everything's on the up and up. It's a simple enough piloting, so we'll let you skirt past the check for this one. You'll be able to kind of go to the docking bay that they have sent you to. Go down, land, do what you need to, and everything else. So while you're taking care of, he's taking care of that. Zoe, did you want to take the time to maybe reach out to your friend?
Yes, please.
Sure. So you end up hitting the communications. He will be thrilled, saying things like, "Oh, I'm so glad that you decided to take this job. I don't have a lot of crew anymore. Pirates have kind of been real hit or miss here. We've run into some problems. My ship's kind of on the down, but it should be up within the next week or so. But yeah, I'm like super excited. I really think I found where Silas Mott hid his treasure, and rumor has it this particular.
Hold up. So, how secure is this channel?
Sure,
I'm sorry, Zoe would have really asked
sure.
that question. But
Uh, magic coin time.
Make roll a d2.
Right? He says he thinks he's got it pretty secure.
all right. Sorry for stopping you mid, but I know you're
He's like,
passionate.
Yeah, but he's like, you gotta understand. He's like, this was a pirate lord. He's like that, was really big during the Clone Wars era, and he's like, supposedly, he's like, there's all kinds of rubies and gems and various different types of armaments and credits, and it's man, he's like, we're talking like the kind of stuff that we could retire and never have to do anything, for the next 100 cycles, easy.
Eh, Fair enough. Do I know anything about this beyond the basic lore?
Um, Knowledge streetwise, and then we'll
Understood.
see go from there.
That's a oh god. Please tell me that 6 was my nope. It wasn't. So that's a 7 with a 1 on the wild.
Then nope. You've heard a lot of the same rumors. He was a pirate lord that basically kind of hoarded some treasure up and hid it about, and rumor has circulated ever since you were a wee Mandalorian about this treasure.
So basically I left everything I own in one piece.
Not really, but
Heard it
supposedly
from Captain Roger.
it's right. Supposedly it's got all kinds of stuff and things that he was a very famed pirate lord. Let's put it that way. And he basically got a big haul done, and it was against the separatists, and he basically went ahead and stashed everything that he basically took. Well, let's not make it the separates. Let's actually make it the Republic. So actually hit the
Oh.
Republic up. Yep, hit the Republic up, and then put all the all of the goodies in and everything else in an unknown location, and basically just kind of went missing sometime after that.
Now I think about it, what is the exchange rate for Old Republic credits anyway?
1-for-1.
Okay.
You gotta trade them in. That's basically all it is.
Fair enough.
So yeah, he will basically kind of say that I'm just so happy that you could do this. He's like, I could use the extra hands and the muscle. Yeah, he's like, I'm super excited. So when are you gonna be here?
How far away are we?
You're in the middle of the landing cycle, so you're gonna be there in like 20 minutes. You know the docking bay number and everything.
Roughly 20.
Fantastic. He goes, it's more than enough time. He's like, I can meet you at your docking bay.
Fair enough. So I've got a question for
Hmm.
you as well. How close are he and Zoe? Basically, does he know what Zoe looks like under that?
That's up to you.
You know what? If it's someone that she's known for a while, yeah, sure.
Okay.
You know,
Then yeah, sure.
Could be like distant cousin type deal, basically. Like,
Okay.
well, we'll be there as soon as we can, brother.
All right. He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm so excited. He goes, we get there. He says, we can discuss your split of everything. He goes, and everything else. He goes, I'll make sure you get a good split of it. And you have no idea how excited I am.
So I have one question.
Yeah. Anything. What's up?
How much? So you're certain? You are, by the look of you, I know you're certain. So where are you planning on cashing this in?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. He's like, there's much to be discussed, and we can do that in person and on our
Fair
way to
enough.
get it.
Fair enough.
So, yep. Communication
So
down.
out.
Oh, good.
No, I was just saying out. So
Okay. Yeah, communication goes down, and that's when we'll kind of cut to the ship landing and all the other kind of fun stuff. Tabana gas shooting out and all that, all that jazz. Let me think. Let's start with Kanza. Kanza, what would you like to do now that ship's landed?
Apologies, someone was talking to me.
You're fine.
Essentially, Cons is gonna look at Zoe after she gets off of communications and just say, "So what kind of job is this?"
We're going after buried treasure. He's got a lead.
That
Based
sounds like
off,
it could be fun. Buried treasure usually leads to danger and many riches to be told.
yeah, but here's the thing. If, and I'm pretty sure he's certain on this, I'm bringing everything I can bear. So be prepared for trouble.
And make it double.
And protect the world from devastation.
And we will
Unite
leave it there.
all
Okay.
people. Oh, come on.
Copyright.
That's right.
Love it.
I know, right? You can't truly be yourselves and have fun because other people are jerks. Okay. So yeah. You guys gonna continue talking? I sorry, I had to butt in.
All right. So, how is Kanz's kit looking?
In what sense are you asking? Just
It's like because your armor was decimated. So basically,
I I bought new armor. Not the same
okay.
kind, but there is new armor.
All right.
We'll
How are
have
you
weapons
looking?
and stuff.
So we're fine on that. How are we on rations?
Yep, stock.
All
I
right.
kind of imagine like if you wanted to, now would be a pretty decent time that when you talk with the docking bay guy or whatever, you can probably go ahead and fuel up, re-ration, all the other kind of fun stuff you want to. But that's something you can
Yeah.
talk about.
Yeah, we might want to stock up just in case.
All right.
Alrighty.
Alrighty, indeed. So, you're going to go ahead and, well, I had to kind of skip past Richard. Richard, what would you like to do?
I'm just landing. Gonna step out, look at Zoe, and go, "What next?"
Well, first off, let's go meet him. He's waiting for us.
All right.
Are you?
Hold on, I gotta flip a coin. Sorry, I wasn't trying to interrupt.
Do what you gotta do.
Oh, okay. All right. So, is there anything else you're gonna say? Sorry, before I interrupted and all that stuff.
So for the most part, he's. I don't want to say teddy bear, but so long as you don't start none, usually there won't be none with him. But considering what's on the line here, be prepared. That should be understandable, right, Richard?
I don't think I'm the one that we need to worry about starting stuff.
Oh, I won't be starting anything with him.
Oh, I thought you were starting to talk about me. Say, what did
Mm.
I do?
To be clear, he knows what I look like under this. If that gives you a idea of how much I trust him.
I know next to nothing about your culture.
I was talking to Richard, actually.
I'm just gonna look at Zoe and go, "Yeah, well, what
Um,
happens is up to you."
yeah, I know.
For those of you that are watching, they're thinking Chrono's a little off. Yeah, he woke up a little late, so his brain's still not firing all the
That's my
electrodes
fault.
right.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna feed him and get him going.
Yeah.
So fully armed, basically, and
So you're gonna be
ready to
heading off the
go.
ship and meet him up. All right.
Yep.
So you are going to go ahead, get out of the get out of the ship and everything else. As you do, you're kind of looking for the dock master, see about refueling and everything else. And you're going to notice that a figure is going to step a stagger out of the shadows toward you. As the figure draws closer, you see that it is, in fact, Marka Dern, the old pal who's been uh, plying his trade near the uh, Nanthril trade route. He's looked a lot better, though. He's stumbling along, hunched over, his breathing hard, and looks like he's in pain. As he kind of walks up to you, he says, I don't think I want to make it. And he just collapses right at your feet. And as you bend over him, he grabs at your armor there and fights to speak. As you try to help him, you can't help but notice that he's got a gaping blaster wound in his chest. Mott's treasure, he gasps. B-15. Engines leak.
Can I try to
Hold on.
do?
Beware seashell. And then his eyes are going to glaze over.
Well,
Gonza's gonna point at him. Is that your guy?
I say, Corona over there's got this funny look on his face, like, well, I wasn't expecting that.
So
Well,
is he
that was
dead?
a quick job.
Oh, to be clear, is he dead?
PM
Scotty,
is muted.
I didn't hear that at all.
Sorry. Yeah, you can tell he is dead. He's got this lifeless eyes going on. He's not breathing. He's just kind of slunched over his for those of you not in the know, if you didn't know this, I apologize. But once that happens, you tend to release all of your muscles, and it makes final. Yeah. He finally he messes his pants essentially.
So
yeah, so he's straight up dead.
So to take a look on his person, I'm gonna also have to ask you to repeat some of that so I can write it down.
Okay. Sure.
So I got beware she sell something about a leak.
Bay 15 engines Lee Lee. The beware seashell.
Of course, now my pen's not working.
It's always the way it works, man. Come on now.
I'll be right back. Scotty, I'm gonna go grab a new pen.
Sure.
I was
I'm
about to
so
say, there's
sorry.
a computer right there with a sticky note option.
Yeah, but it
That's
also
true.
makes clicky clacky sound. But fair
That's
enough.
all right. We hear all kinds of noises that come from your microphone. And my chair has decided to just go. Doo! I think I need to replace the
Cylinder.
rod thing. Yep. Hold on a second.
It could be worse. The bottom could give out.
I've
To
had
be
that
clear,
happen.
And not the
I'll be
rod.
getting a brand new pen.
Yeah.
And ink tomorrow. So
I've actually seen a chair like that. Where the
I
plastic
sure
gave out
have.
and the chair just went right through the rod.
Ooh.
I'm sure that
Bay
person had a horrible time.
15.
Yeah, I would too. You'd be hearing all kinds of profane things coming out of my mouth.
Engine, is that L-I or L-E-E?
Lee.
Engine Lee, beware seashell.
That's what it says. Beware seashell.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
So everybody, give me a perception search.
I was just getting ready to ask.
Give me just 1 second. I'll be downstairs to make that roll for you.
Sure.
What the?
Another day of ones, apparently.
Nice.
You've cursed me. Now I'm rolling one.
It is the dice. They tell me how to tell the story.
So, audience, to be clear, last session, I didn't roll a 1 on my wild die. Now I'm rolling them twice.
So, well,
that's
before I go upstairs, that was a 7 without a 1 on the wild die.
Nice.
I got an
That's a
18.
Nice. Okay. So
that's a 7 with a 1 on
Mhm.
the wild
you're
die.
good. The one on the wild die could easily be explained as you basically just kind of watched an old friend die right at your feet. So you're more focused on that than anything else. Um, Kanza is going to be noticing this, but then turn around and kind of knows Richard, who is going to be noticing that there are going to be several new figures that approach from the shadowed area that this Marga dude stumbled out of. You're going to see about 4 ragtag looking pirates. You're going to see a tall, scarred man in a poncho with a slouch hat and a cybernetic eye. And he is going to shout at you guys and say, "He's dead, or not you, excuse me." He's going to look back and say that, and this red. He's going to say, "He's dead, you fool." And one of the pirate guys is going to kind of shrug his shoulders and say, "Sorry, boss. I didn't think I'd kill him."
That's generally what happens when you shoot someone.
And
Yep.
then from that, there is going to be I kind of see the camera kind of hitting a thing where they're going to get the hero shot basically of all of the rest of the or the crew of the DP-28, and a figure is going to walk up and a familiar voice is going to say, "What did he tell you?" As the camera will pan back up and it will be Vanguard.
Oh. How old is that blast wound?
Pretty fresh, like within a few minutes.
I'm just gonna look at Vanguard and go, I couldn't make it out. It was a bunch of nonsense.
You tend to talk jibber jabber when you die.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. He says, "I've killed enough people to know." He says that in your final moments, he says a lot of true and valuable information can be. Wait a second. He's going to start walking a little bit closer. Have I threatened you before? Wait a
Pretty sure
minute.
I'd remember.
Wait a minute. He's going to make a check.
All due respect, Richard, I'm a purple mantle Wolverine. He's gonna recognize.
You don't know that.
I don't, but at the same point in time, look at me.
Well. I see you escaped the Black Sun.
Yeah,
So,
you got
and he
paid.
will crack his knuckles and say, "What did he tell you?"
Again, I couldn't make it out.
Once again, absolute jibber jabber.
So you guys going to try to bluff your way out of this?
Yep.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
I don't have con. I really need to.
I think Richard would have been far enough in the way that you were talking. It's not a lie.
Alrighty then. So go ahead and if Zoe, if you want to give the con check, you can, because I can kind of see Richard's point. He might not have heard all that well, but you did. And since you already have pre knowledge as to what he was talking about, it wasn't exactly jibber jabber. Not 100% anyways.
Fair enough. Don't have con, so kill the perception. Come on, dice.
All right.
So, just to add it on, I'm using a force point. I said force point.
You already rolled.
Character point. Character.
There we go. There
Character
you go.
point. That's what I meant to say.
It's fine.
So I'm taking that point off because this has to happen.
Excuse me.
15.
15. He will eye you up and down, and he will say, "Well, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Either event, I suggest you back away from the body. We're gonna take that. He had valuable information that we needed. It's probably on his person." And they will all begin to walk towards you.
I'm just gonna look at Zoe.
Oh, go right on
Jada
ahead.
walks off the ship and she says, like not paying attention, says, "Oh, good, you still this one was glad to see
Jada?
that you're still there. Jada needs to go," and then she'll kind of walk up right to you guys, and she'll be like, it's just kind of like just deer in the headlights, looking around at the pirate crew, like, crap.
So what's the matter, Jada?
This one apparently caught Richard and the others at a bad time, is what she says.
You could put it that way.
Yeah.
Yep. So they're making their way to you, or in attempts to grab the body. A couple of them are going to start pulling out weapons, being on the defensive. What are you going to do?
Come
I'm
now,
gonna lean over and ask Zoe. Your job.
Okay. So how close are they to me right now? Dungeon Master? I said,
About 7 meters, give or take.
so are they close? Is 7 meters? That's not close enough to hear me if I whisper into my helmet,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Well, either way, Zoe's gonna just start walking away. Be like, all right, let's start walking and be about our business.
Okay.
Zoe's
right.
gonna make a point of not heading to Bay 15 yet.
Okay, that's fine. So, Jada will, as Zoe walks away, Jada will slowly back up and start making her way to the ramp. She's gonna make a check to not get spotted. Hold on.
I'm gonna lean down next to Zoe and go, that body has information he's looking for. It's probably relevant to the job.
Yeah, I know, but chances are he probably didn't have it on him.
Yeah, so Jada is going to basically start walking back, and then she's gonna get up the ramp, and she's just gonna book ass up the ramp, and then she's gonna hit the ramp close.
So, Game Master,
Yes.
do I know him well enough to know if he would actually keep anything on him?
You wouldn't put it past him. He said that he was going to meet up with you, and there was much to discuss.
Kind of.
But he also choked a bunch of jibber jabber out of his mouth. So you don't know. It's about a 50-50 shot.
So, would you gentlemen need help?
Vanguard, and then we'll kind of start walking past you. The pirates, grunts are going to look at you, kind of offering somewhat of cover with their bodies, for Vanguard and this dude in the poncho. And they're not going to say anything. Pirates are going to be holding on to their weapons, but they're not going to be pointing them at you. They're just kind of waiting for you guys to do something stupid.
See. Well, have fun. So, once again, Zoe's going to leave the body.
Okay.
Get out of their earshot and make sure they're not being followed.
Okay.
Is there anything I need to roll on that?
We're going to first find out what Richard and Kanza are going to do. Richard, I'll start with you.
I'm gonna follow Zoe.
Okay. So, Kanza, what about you?
All Kanza heard was a bunch of gibberish coming from an old man that was shot and dying, so, she's just gonna follow Zoe like, yeah, whatever.
Zoe has the
Alright.
information.
This is true. This is true. Okay. So yeah, you guys are basically gonna start heading your way, and then you're gonna notice that Vanguard's gonna reach down, pick this body up, sling it over his shoulder, as the other pirates are gonna kind of form a perimeter to make sure, as they keep eyes on you, to make sure that you're not gonna do anything funky or suspicious or anything like that. As you guys will leave the docking bay.
I don't know if it's like we're also in a docking bay. A fight usually up in there is not a good idea.
I don't know. Han
So,
seemed to do okay.
true, but I think about it.
Let's
How
look at the
well
Dice
guarded?
Dorks track record.
Just for my curiosity, how well guarded is the docking bay?
Not super. I mean, pirates just walked in here and basically threatened you with their blasters.
Fair enough. So,
And a dude walked in with a gaping hole from a blaster.
That too.
fair enough.
And
Good.
the
True.
pirate was like, sorry, I didn't mean to kill him.
Yeah.
What dock number are we in, by the way?
We'll say dock number
We
2.
were meeting at 15, weren't we?
No, 15
Where-
is his. 2 is your guys's.
All right. So, let's see. Basically, already. So you guys are all following Zoe, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so she's going to try to make it look like she's doing basic shopping, but make her way to where she needs to be, while also trying to make sure she's not being followed. Thus, the shopping.
Kanza's just got her hands behind her head, just looking around. Like,
Those,
is Zoe like physically just looking all around her,
Yes.
when she gets to every window?
Looking around, she looks like
not,
she's shopping.
not obvious, but yeah, she is looking around for. I mean, Richard could probably pick her doing this since he knows her, but I don't know about how well Consul would.
Well, let's put it this way. Roll me a perception con.
Yeah. 12.
12. Okay. So, if you so wanted to, Kanza, you may roll a perception con to see if you notice this. Also, the perception insight, very specifically towards feelings and mannerisms and speech patterns and all that stuff, kind of like in D&D. So, your call.
I don't have either, so I'm just gonna say insight.
Okay.
And 10.
Nope. You just see Zoe walking around, kind of like she's shopping. Richard made the comment before about this is Zoe's job, and dead guy that's in your guys' hangar bay that these pirate-looking dudes came, picked up.
And Zoe never answered my question of,
Nope.
hey, is that your guy? So I'm
Yeah.
like, whatever.
Yeah.
So to be clear, yes, that was my guy. Just follow me, Kanza. Richard, you're probably going to be a little out of place in a dress shop. So just look like you're carrying bags or something.
I'll wait outside.
Like, okay. So
I'm sorry, you don't
basically,
want to carry our purse.
No, I want to see if they're going to follow.
and yeah, so basically it would be from weapons, food, girliest shops I can find, yada yada, things that would make a normal guy be like, I want nothing to do with that. Essentially.
Hey, I've seen some guys shop at girls' stores, and they could really pull off them skinny jeans.
Never could a day in my life for anything, man or woman's wise.
Oh God.
These mama thighs ain't made for skinny anything. Okay.
But yeah, is there a role I need to
Dummy
do to
thick.
see if I lost said tail or being tailed?
You may roll a perception search.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and also do that since I'm sitting outside.
Sure.
15.
15. You favor evens or odds?
Even.
12.
Okay. All right. So as you're kind of going about and everything else, it appears that no, you think you're not being tailed. Nothing's going on. Nothing weird or suspicious. Richard, you're kind of looking around. And you're seeing the same thing. You're thinking they legitimately just wanted that body and said, screw everything else. You're not hearing anything from Jada like they're trying to break into the ship. It doesn't seem like any alarms got raised, like she decided to fire upon them with the ship's weaponry. So you're thinking everything's on the up and up so far.
That would actually be pretty funny.
Trust me, she would be more
So-
than willing to do it. Stay
Oh, yeah.
away from my ship, pirate scum.
On comm, and be like, Richard, we're going
What's up?
to. We're heading towards a specific bay. How far? I want it to be not at Bay 15, but close enough that we could get there within like 20 minutes. So
There's like a little bar restaurant kind of thing that's should be kind of nearby-ish. You maybe pass like a little holo projector map for tourists and spacers and things that they're just visiting. And you kind of notice it as you're walking by doing all your stuff. So there should be like a little restaurant somewhere nearby.
okay, we stop. So I was gonna suggest we stop there and fill everybody in. Like, okay, so here's the skinny. We're looking for, and I believe this is legit. We're looking for Bay 15.
Mhm.
Engine Lee, and he also said beware of seashell.
Did he have some kind of irrational fear of seashells?
Would that last bit have made any? Oh God, would that last bit have made sense to me at all?
Oh, is that a phobia? Hang on, I'm curious now.
That sounds
gotta
like
let
they
me
had
know.
a bad time at a beach.
Right? No, that last part, you have
They-
no idea what the crap he's talking about at
They
all.
went to pick up a seashell and just got pinched.
Yep.
All right. Well,
On
as
their
far as we
junk.
know, Bay 15, Engine Lee, and beware seashell. That's all he told me.
Yep.
But
Now, for those of you that would like to, you may make a technical roll to see what Engines Lee might mean.
technical pure or technical something.
Technical pure.
8.
You could probably do no, technical pure. And what was your roll there, Concept? What now? 8?
8.
Apparently, there are some engines that are named Lee.
Yeah.
Mm,
How you doing over there, Zoe?
9 with a 1 on the wild.
Yeah, you are baffled. This is something that is just far beyond your reach of comprehension. You have no idea. You start going on that, and then you kind of are thinking about how you lost your friend, that he was a pretty top-notch navigator, pretty good spacer all around, pretty good guy. Last thing you actually kind of remembered last time you talked to him, he had joined up with the corporate scout service, and that he was doing hyperspace route surveying near the route, the Nanthril route, trade route. Can't talk.
Did he have people?
He liked to automate his systems, so he didn't have a lot of people. He had a few kind of hands and things but previous conversation with him, he basically had said that they had died due to some
So-
pirates. But
no
you do
family.
remember he did have a droid named R2C9, an astromech whose programming was never wiped. Dern thought it gave that droid a personality.
So that's probably his unit. We need to get there and get it to his astromech droid.
All right, so now we've covered all that stuff and everything else. Richard, did you have a roll for the ship's
Yeah, I rolled a 9.
9? Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna look at Zoe and go, we could ask a dockmaster if any of those names ring a bell.
9 is
True.
good enough for you because you've been around. As you can always ask Jada.
Yeah.
Hey, Jada.
Jada will be on the comms.
That's why I touched my.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, so Jada reaches up on the comms. She says, "Yes, so."
So, engine lead ring a bell to you?
She will say that most engines have a kind of dead zone in them. They're referred to as engine leads. You can usually smuggle information and not information. You can smuggle items sometimes in them, and essentially what happens is it makes it harder for things to be detected. It's a smuggler trick that a lot of people don't know about, but like the Empire has relatively decent knowledge. And then she will say, "This one is surprised that Richard did not know this."
Okay, so I think I know what he might have done. We need to go like that.
That does sound like something Richard should have known.
It does, but not with a 9.
All right, crew. let's. Oh god. All right, crew. Let's beat feet. We gotta move.
Okay.
And Zoe's gotta make her way to where she needs to go.
Sure.
Also, still trying to make sure she's not being trailed. Do you need to roll like a sneak or anything like that?
Well, it depends. You want to look around to see if you're not being followed, or did you want to sneak like the Wookiee?
Or sneak like the Kanza.
If I do a sneaky
Yes.
sneak, is that for me or the group?
That's for you.
Oh.
I'm just gonna look around, see if I spot any of the pirates.
So that'd be
or anybody
perception
that
search.
looks like they're
Perception
tailing.
search.
I guess that's gonna do the same. $14.
Okay.
All
So, yeah,
fours.
13.
Okay. Kanza, were you gonna do that or?
No, Kanza's not too concerned.
Okay. Yeah, no. As you're kind of walking around, doing some stuff, getting ready to go actually walk towards the docking bay, you're going to notice that there seems like there is a somewhat familiar looking pirate guy from Vanguard's crew. Just kind of 15, 20 meters away, looking over in your general direction.
Someone's
gonna
at the
wave to
door.
him. Just let him know that I can see him.
I'll be right back. There's somebody
Okay.
on my door.
Yeah, sure. So, crap, I don't even know. The park guy.
Alright, can we mute his mic while he's up, please?
Yeah.
Just so we can hear.
Yeah.
I got it.
Motion detected at the front door.
Did you get it? Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah, I got it.
Thank you. All right. So, the park guy is gonna be kind of like leaning, like trying not to be obvious, but he's being a little too obvious, and like he sees you waving, and then he's gonna kind of look in your direction, then kind of like do one of these things where like he looks behind him, looks off to the side, realizes that he's at a wall, and then kind of looks down, fidgets with his hands, pulls out like a data tab or something like that, and then starts walking a random direction.
I'm gonna watch to see where he goes.
Sure. So perception search. He's going to make the attempt to blend back in.
You weren't expecting that one, were you?
Not really, no. Appreciate it. Man, these pirates suck. Okay.
Yeah, so do I. 10.
10. Ha! Not as much as you think. We got a roll off on our hands. It was exactly 10 is what he got. 2 5s. So roll 1 d6. And then what's your result?
4.
4. Beat him by 1. Okay. Yeah, for a moment you lose him, and you're gonna realize that this time he's being trying to be a little more sneaky, and kind of gets behind like this nearby post, and then just kind of like leans out from the post just ever so slightly, and tucks his head back in, and waits for a while, and leans back out, and tucks back in.
I'll start walking towards him.
Okay. Yeah, you start walking towards him, and we're gonna say that he he isn't looking at you at the moment. He's like behind the post, and then he starts doing the lean thing, and then he notices you, and he's like, "Oh shit!" Kind of does like a stabber back kind of a thing. As he starts looking around, like, "Oh, what do I do now?" And then before he can do anything, you basically walk right up to him.
Just gonna look at him and go, "You're not very good at this, are you?"
He says, "I've been trying this whole time." He's like, "Just now got caught. Better than you think."
And yeah, thanks for letting me know that you've been keeping an eye on us the whole time.
That's okay. He says, "The snipe," and he just shuts his mouth.
Thank you for that too. Like, is there anything else you would like to tell me?
No, is what he says.
All right,
Are
we
you
can
sure about that?
we can unmute Zoe now.
Yes.
All right. There you go.
Yeah, and I'm back. Yeah,
So-
they were. Sorry about that. My dogs were going crazy, weren't they?
You're fine. Yep.
So
Yeah.
let me get this straight. Been tailing us the whole time. There's at least one person with a weapon trained on us.
No, he says with like this panicked look, like, I never said that.
I'm assuming you're not talking about snippers because you don't look like you have claws.
He says, you know, that's pretty racist or speciest. He goes, I don't know what snippers have done to you.
Have you ever gotten
Oh.
your fingers caught in one?
No,
It hurts.
he says.
I'm sure it hurts.
Yeah, I can imagine that, he says.
Yeah.
So, like, I have a question, though.
Yeah.
Are we, like, bonding right now?
Yeah, I think we are actually.
Huh, that's pretty cool. I've never bonded with, like, anyone, really.
Yeah. You want to go get a drink?
Sure.
Is this good cop, bad cop right now?
It's-
No,
That's
I've walked
funny.
away from everybody.
Yeah, he walked away from everybody, and because the pirate was kind of telling you guys, and then he's just apparently not getting a drink with the pirate. Okay, so yeah, sure, man. He's like, I got a few credits. I can treat you to a round. Sure, why not?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah,
go.
absolutely. Yeah, I know a pretty good bar around the place. It's not too awful far from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Let's
And
go.
you guys start walking off towards the bar.
So can Kanza look around because notice Richard just disappeared? Just see if I can spot him walking off.
No check required. You've kind of noticed this, and you've just now noticed that them kind of like talking and things that then the guy he's talking to first seems standoffish, then he seems kind of happy, and then Richard turns around. He's kind of got like this, at ease look, and they just start walking away with each other.
Oh, looks like he made a friend. And she's just
Sounds
gonna
like
go
he's
in the
working
comments.
an
Just let me know
angle.
if you need any help.
I'll get on the comms and be like, "Hey Jada, I'm just gonna go get a drink real quick."
Jada's like,
That's to everybody.
okay. You do hear Jada, because since you did an everybody one, she goes, okay. Like, she's like super confused. And the guy's like, oh, Jada. He's like, that's your wife?
I've been working with her for a long
Oh,
time.
I understand that. He goes, there's a couple people he's like that I know they're that way. Because, he says, never actually used to be a pirate. He goes, not until the Empire, at least.
Yeah, what got you into pirating?
The Empire?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He says, they ended up ravaging my homeworld, man. He says, basically just destroyed everything.
Oh, that's rough.
Oh, yeah. He goes, it just, he's like, I got a wife and like 3 kids. He goes, so you kind of have to look for work. He goes, but a lot of things don't pay well, especially when, you had to kind of up your entire home and family life and just move them somewhere halfway across the galaxy to get away from the Empire.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it's the way it is. He says, then out here, he says, apparently piracy is one of the bigger paying jobs. Everything else pays you pretty much peanuts. He says, smuggling, maybe. He says, but I know I'm not good with that.
It's not as hard as you think.
I don't know, man. He said,
Huh.
I don't think I could do that.
You just gotta have the right ship.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm still working my way up, and I don't have the credits for it.
How'd you end up with Vanguard?
I just he just like throws a hand up. He's just like, I don't want to talk about it.
That can't be easy.
No, he's like, Vanguard is beyond ruthless, man. He goes, buddy of mine. I mean, by this time you guys have sat down, got your drinks and everything else. And he's like, yeah, he's like, buddy of mine basically kind of got me into this job line of work. He goes, and originally it was just going to be quick in, quick out, be done with it. And, he's like, get the credits I need. He's like, to help the family out. He goes, but Vanguard is very kill happy. He says, and he would just turn around and kill anybody in his own crew. Kind of busts morale, but all of us are pretty well afraid of him. Can't really double cross him. He's like, because he finds out, I mean, I got family,
If you need a lift, just let me know.
Oh man, I can't do that. I mean, with my family and all,
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, he's,
I thought that you had him somewhere safe.
they should
Didn't
be.
let him know where.
No, he says they don't know. He says, but I just in case. He goes, Vanguard is a lot more resilient. He's got ties with people that I don't want to mess with, like the Black Sun and
Oh yeah, Black
various
Sun.
different bounty hunters and things that he goes, I don't want to risk him. He's like, nobody really even knows I have, 3 kids. He goes, they know I have a girl, but they don't know that we're married.
So how'd you end up here? Like on this planet? Like this is a bit outside of his area, isn't it?
A little bit, he says, but apparently, there was like this big score he said he was going after, and I didn't get to hear much about it. He says, but he was swearing up and down. He's like that, most of us could retire and he'd be okay that once we got it, if once we got our cut, if anybody wanted to walk away. And I just kind of thought, well, this is my chance to get out now.
Yeah.
So
I understand that.
I didn't ask any questions.
Yeah, questions keep you alive.
Sometimes. He says sometimes questions are when you meet the business end of one of Vanguard's weapons.
Yeah, I could see that with him.
Yeah. He says,
I don't have a good history with Vanguard either.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people have a good history with Vanguard. You know how he lost that eye, right?
What?
His eye. The little device he's got on there. You know how he lost that, right?
How'd that happen?
Oh my god. He goes, there's this dude that apparently he says double crossed him named Dash Darkrider. And the guy the guy apparently took a shot at him. He's like, and you seen Vanguard, he's got the scales and things that, and I'm sorry I almost killed Zoe there. The and he says, and he turned around, he says, I guess he shot him with a heavy blaster pistol. He says, and almost killed him. He goes, and then from that point on, he's like, yeah, I guess he's been extra mean, especially to things like smugglers.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Because I guess they were on like a smuggling job or something like that.
Mhm.
Something with some kind of a Jedi, something or other. I don't remember the whole thing. He didn't go into much detail.
But yeah, it was nice getting to know you.
Oh, nice getting to know you too, man. He
Yeah.
extends a hand to shake your hand.
I'll shake his hand.
Sure. He's like, yeah. He says, like obviously he's like, because my family is, I can't say too awful much, but you be careful, man.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks. He will stay at the bar as you get up and begin to leave. So, while that's all going on, let's go back to Kanza and Zoe, who have watched Richard walk off with this guy. And what are you guys doing?
Gonna slap Zoe on the shoulder and be like, well, he can take care of himself. Let's go get ahead of the game.
I bought you guys like 10 minutes.
Easy.
Let's go, then, shall we? How good are you at?
There are more than one ways to handle it than a blaster fight. That's all.
How good are you at sneak? How good are you at sneaking, Kanza? Or are we just gonna dip?
If Richard needs help, Richard will call. I say
Alright.
we just go and start doing your job.
Let's do this.
And don't worry about how sneaky I can be, kid.
Zoe should know that Richard is very job oriented.
Yes.
Alright. So, still being careful, but gonna make our way to 15.
All right. So Bay 15 is off a side street in an older part of town. The bay is quiet except for the slow pumping and hissing of fuel cells feeding Dern's ship, the Deep Hopper, a beat-up Gotrek freighter, and it's obvious it's under repairs. The engine appears to be half disassembled, and mechanical parts are strewn about the bay.
Okay. So let's see.
So the guy
How
was
much-
telling you about a fixer-upper?
Yeah.
How much did Jada tell us about where engine leads usually are? Because you said they were like a dead space.
She didn't specifically say. She just said that they're somewhere within the engine compartment, essentially.
Okay, so is gonna make her way towards the fixer-upper and look for the engine compartment.
All right. So as you guys approach the ship, you're gonna hear a tiny voice that says, "Hey, who's there?"
Hansa's gonna push Zoe forward a little bit.
That's you, boss.
So that depends. Who's asking?
I asked first. You answer my question.
What does this old man look like?
You don't see an old man. You just hear a voice.
Oh, okay. Where is this voice coming from? Can I
It's coming
pinpoint?
from near and around like the disassembled engine and all that kind of fun stuff.
Zoe, does that ring a bell to you?
Housekeeping.
Yeah. All right. So, you're actually going to kind of hear this thunk, thunk, and then you're gonna hear like this kind of whoop, like winding as you're gonna see this little astromech that basically just kind of rounds outside of where some of the engine parts are and things of that. And he will basically go right up to you, Zoe, and then his helmet will like kind of spin and things. Then he'll say, "Oh, Zoe, I haven't seen you in such a long time."
It's been a while.
This is something
What
new,
was
by the way. The droid
like?
never spoke.
So it was an R2 unit, but what was its designation after
R
R2?
R2C9.
R2C9. New voice modulator?
He will say, yes, Darn decided to put it in. He says, he's kind of getting tired of the beeps and the boops, he said. And he
All right.
thought I deserved to be properly heard by everyone.
Fair enough. So, uh, I did say Zoe was actually doing some shopping in some of the clothes area shops.
Sure.
He's like, so, Kanza,
Akonzo's just looking at the droid perplexed, like, I've never heard one that didn't beep.
I think Zoe pulls out a hooded jacket. It's like, this looks roughly your size, right?
uh, no.
No,
I
no.
don't wear clothes.
I'm talking to her.
Oh, my apologies.
We need to get you someplace safe, but we also need to not be seen.
Okay, but
So
no offense, though, but that's not my style. Like the color you picked, that's not me.
I don't want to hear it. I'm going to be wearing green.
Hey, what's wrong with green?
Her favorite colors. Her favorite color. Green's
I-
my actual favorite
I know,
color, but hers is purple.
there's just like this kind of thing I can see because like what's his name? Duke. Duke's got the droid. His favorite color is green. He's got the droids that have green stuff. That's what I was kind of thinking of. Sorry, go
So,
ahead.
all right, look, R2, I'm going to get changed, and we're going to try to get you to our ship.
No, he says I need to make sure that the ship gets repaired for when Dern comes back.
About that.
Apparently, we've got. What do you mean about that?
Kanzo's gonna look at Zoe. Don't you think we should talk to Richard about bringing a strange droid back to the ship first?
Strange. Look at you.
And look at you, you're talking.
That's because I've been modified. You're just weird.
She's a.
Do droids
It-
feel pain? Just
Please don't. Please don't. He probably knows everything about our mission. And
What
I do mean
mission?
everything.
he sounds almost as kooky as the man.
You can see that the droid begins wheeling towards you as his dome begins to spin, and then all of a sudden, like these compartments open up, as like there'll be kind of like this pincer arm that comes out, and then there'll be like this little rod thing that pops out that starts sparking. What do you mean, crazy old man? I'll show you crazy.
R2, stop. But seriously, so did our boy equip you with anything involving emotion? Because this might be a little tough.
Um,
Roll another
no.
D2.
Yeah. No, he says, I've never had
Alright.
any kind of emotion transplant.
R2.
There's no need for it. I've never been wiped. Which sounds
R2.
weird.
I'm sorry, my friend. He's gone.
We're about to watch a droid have a meltdown.
So you'll notice that the arm kind of slumps down as the little pole shocking rod kind of
And-
thing just flips back in. The little center tire pops in, and then all of a sudden his frame just kind of leans forward. And he goes, "Oh,
And to be clear, she took her helmet off to display
that's fine.
tears.
That's fine." The droid's helmet will kind of like slow down and kind of move almost side to side, like. Just, well, I guess I don't need to worry about the ship. It was just me and him.
Is there anything on this ship that could lead the people that shot him to his prize? Because I don't want that.
Durin has
Other than-
personal effects, a couple things here and there.
How long would it take us to gather it all?
Just the important stuff. Not too awful long, maybe an hour.
All right, let's get it.
So yeah, C9 will pop a wheel out to put the appendages all back in, and I'll begin wheeling up the ramp.
That, by the way, is that R2-C9 or
Yes.
is this R2-C9?
R2-C9.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
Did you really have to? What's the word I'm looking for here? Not intimidate, but
Lose your stuff.
I can't word right now, and this is antagonize. Did you really have to antagonize the astromech?
No.
Sansa? Did that have to happen?
Well, the last time I antagonized one, it decided to really let DC have it in that last game of chess. Man,
Yeah, by
it
the
took forever to find all those pieces after you flipped the table.
By the way, how old is of a unit is C9?
Let's see. R2C series is probably, I'm going to say, about 20 to 40 years older than the R2D series.
Oh, so they've got some age on them.
Yeah, a little bit.
You can hear him squeaking as he runs around inside the ship.
No, he doesn't seem to be super squeaky. He seems like he's kind of, well maintenance and taken care of.
Yeah, it seems like I'm still not going. Really, still sounds like dude was eccentric, and eccentric people tend to take good care of their stuff. Usually.
All right, then. So as you're kind of going and doing, let us see. Go ahead and give me a perception search, kind of looking around, because R2C9 just kind of tells you random stuff, random locations, and all that kind of fun junk. And he is going to wheel back to the engine compartment.
15. You hear me, Scotty?
I heard you. I'm waiting for Kanza.
Oh, all right. I was just making sure I was actually heard.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I tend to like getting everybody's stuff so I can prioritize who knows what and everything else.
Oh no, I understand.
13.
Sometimes I don't pick up.
Okay. So as you guys are going to be looking around, kind of gathering things, placing them in boxes and all that stuff, you're gonna go head back to C9, and he will still just kind of be sitting there like at the engine area, and his helmet dome is gonna be kind of moving side to side as he's like hunched down, kind of almost like being sorrowful. And you're going to notice that near the engine, there is going to actually be a plate that is slightly uneven and not quite flush with the floor.
This plate doesn't look like a seashell, does it?
No.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
You're fine.
Okay, I'm gonna inspect the plate.
Sure.
So would that actually be a roll or
Yes.
investigation? I'm assuming.
The book says search. I
Oh,
will
search?
allow
Okay.
search or investigation.
There. Search is a little better.
Oh, that's disappointing. There is no official term for a fear of seashells.
12.
We need to come up with something. It just kind of looks like it's uneven. I mean, you're not seeing any kind of latch or anything that kind of looks like it's, movable.
Doesn't look. You said it doesn't look like it's removable.
No.
Okay. C9, is that everything?
Kanza, give me a perception check.
Okie dokie. 10. Sorry, 11.
Yep. Okay. So, as you kind of see Zoe fiddling, looking around at this deck plating, you're kind of thinking like, what the crap is she doing? And then you're gonna kind of also put together the droid, like out of everything, came right here. So you're thinking there's something up with that plate. So Zoe's like, okay, is that everything? And you're thinking, but plate.
So important details, though. And Kanza just goes up and pokes at it. Like, do you see this?
Yeah. Plate looks a little uneven.
Kanza's gonna try to rip it out.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a strength check.
That is a very Kanza thing to do.
I know, right?
Sorry, Ali. I
One
had to
of
play the
which might
character
I
based off
add.
the information was given to me.
One of which might I add is not in the book. I'm pretty sure. Yep, nope, I'm not seeing it.
Well played. I was thinking about it, but unfortunately, I wasn't suspicious of it, so I couldn't do anything.
And the dice are really not liking me today, and I need to figure out which ones hate me and which ones don't, but that's a 13.
13. Okay, so you're going to be pulling, and you get to that point where it's like physically you need to stop or you're going to pop something. And then you kind of let it go. And then it dawns on you that the plate should not be this sturdy. You should be able to move it. Even with the 13 roll, that should have at least moved some. It has not moved one bit.
Does it look like it's...
Kanza's gonna look at the R2 and just be like, so what's up with this thing?
Does it look like it's been adhered?
He is going to say, it's the engine's Lee.
Well, that's exactly what we need.
Okay, how do we get into it?
C9?
So a couple options here. You can give me a perception check, straight perception, or
Okay.
you can do a perception persuasion. So perception persuasion would be to see if the droid knows how to do anything. Straight perception would be see if you can figure something out. And then perception search to see if you can find anything else. So whichever one you want to do.
Trying to make a decision. Would Zoe have any way with C9 beyond what they know. I'm trying to make a decision on the roll for myself.
It's been a long time since you've really talked and interacted with C9.
You know.
But I mean, he's never seemed like he's hated you. He's always seemed to get along with you. It's still worth a shot. It was one of the checks that I said you could do.
They're basically all the same. So
No, they are not.
no.
One-
I'm talking about me for dice.
Okay, I would say one would be the dice, but two is depending on the outcome and the difficulty. I like giving options.
Like C9, my friend, are you sure? Can you help us out with here?
So that sounds like persuasion. Kanza, while he's Zoe's doing that, what would you like to do?
Gonna do a straight perception to see if there's a way to figure it out.
Sure.
That's a 13 game master.
Like going and getting a drink with a pirate. That's always an option.
Yeah.
And there was actually no rolls on that one. It just kind of organically happened.
Yeah.
And like,
Like, are we
letting
bonding?
a dog in while Kanza makes this roll.
12.
12. Okay. So, Zoe is going to be talking with C9, and then while Kaz is kind of looking over everything. C9 is going to say around the time it kind of clicks, just like moments after it clicks into Kanza's head, is that there are apparently must be some kind of a hydraulics, and there must be some kind of a signal from like a little push button or something that you would have on your person, hint, that you could basically pop it and then you can open up the lead. And C9 will say that. Dern should have had a remote on him.
What are the odds he forgot it?
Not very likely. He always took it with him.
They put anything in my hand.
Huh? No, he didn't. I don't remember saying that he put anything in your hand. He just grabbed at your armor, spewed it out what he spewed out, and that was it. And then pirates came in, and they're like, "We want the body. We think he's got something for us." And you're like, "Yeah, sure, you can have the body." And then Richard did make the comment. I'm like, there might be something on the body we need. So, and that led us all to here.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Kanza's gonna get on the comm and try to reach Jada.
Sure, yeah. You jump on the comm, and Jada says, "This is Jada."
So, random question.
Potentially random answer.
How? Okay, more accurate, theoretical. How would you be able to open a ship's lee if the remote, say, has gone missing?
She would say that you could, if you knew where if Kanza knew where the control panel would be, that would actually lead to the hydraulic system. She could can't even think what it is, hot wire the wiring in order for it to open. If it is signal based, then this one believes that you could potentially use a computer programming repair from Game Master's perspective to essentially send out a signal from a data tablet using I don't even know what kind of system that would be, but basically using your data tablet to basically kind of send out the system code.
How well do I know the ship's layout, Scotty?
It's a Godric freighter. It's pretty much mostly just one big open everything.
All right, so just we're looking for hydraulics then.
So, what if you can find a panel that's specific to the hydraulic system? By all means, go for it. So, R2, do you know where that is?
He will kind of like the helmet will, the dome will kind of spin a little bit as he will say, um, yes, I was here when we installed it. I helped to darn. And then he will kind of like pop, straighten back up, kind of tilt back a little bit, pop out the wheel and start rolling and kind of spins around, then goes over to a little area nearby. And basically kind of takes his hand out and taps like the little panel. Bunk, bunk, bunk. Should be a junction box right here. Okay. So I think that's been more than enough time to get Richard back into it since he's had his time to talk with his new friend and he knows he needs to get back to Bay 15. So, Richard, what are we doing?
So, as I'm walking out, I'm going to get on the comms to the two of them and go, so, there should be snipers keeping an eye on us. Vanguard is definitely after the same thing we are. And I'm saying this fairly quietly into the comm.
Absolutely.
Fair enough. Scotty,
Yes.
how space worthy is this ship?
Not at all. The engine is completely taken out. Looks like there's pretty much a big gaping hole from where you can kind of see out to where there are engine parts that are missing. Yeah, it can't fly at all. With the engine
So
gone,
this is-
you can't even use the repulsor lifts.
So this is an old frigate, basically, right?
Right now, yes. They're in the middle of repairing stuff.
All right. Frigates usually don't have skiffs either, so that's out. Sorry about being space nerd. Okay. Well then. Well, we've got a lead, Richard. We'll keep you
Oh.
posted. Like,
But yeah, we were also warned to that there could be trouble.
trouble with a capital T or lowercase?
Trouble with a capital V.
Well done. Well done.
Okay. Okay. What crawled up Vanguard all of a sudden?
Money.
All of a sudden? What do you mean all of a sudden?
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. It's like,
I'm not sure if you remember. He didn't like us to begin with.
Yes,
oh, trust me. I remember. All right. So are you on your way here or should we meet?
Yeah, I'm on my way. Unless you don't need me there.
Ponza, you think we got this?
I don't know. Do you think you guys got this?
Cons is gonna look at Zome, just be like, it wouldn't hurt to help it to have an extra person, just a third pair of eyes.
All right, Richard, make your way here. We could use a third set
All right.
if you're sure you're not being followed.
He said he
Nah,
has a sniper
Guy's
on
having
him.
a good job. The guy's having a good time at the bar. We bonded.
I can tell with the way that you walked away with them.
Bonded or bonded?
Don't
You're
make
too
it
young to
weird.
be thinking about that kind of thing.
Don't make it weird.
I'm not. I'm talking about
ship
did you
has an
basically
airlock.
become. I was asking if you basically became overnight bro. Yeesh.
Phrasing.
Do you even know what that means?
Oh God, yes. Oh, so funny.
To be clear, wow, guys, really?
Phrasing.
Wow, guys.
It's kind of like last episode when I was laughing at that one too. When you're
When
like,
everybody decided let's sexually harass.
no, it was the whole thing of you don't know how close DC and Kanza were, and you're like, oh, I could hear in your voice the way you were taking it. And then after a couple comments made, you're like, oh, and like you could hear the change of your voice, and then you're like, I wasn't thinking that way. Anyways, continuing. Yes, we are big kids here. We try not to be, but I can't help it. Anyways, so Richard's heading your way. We'll go ahead and say time elapse. And then
Breathe, Scotty, breathe.
Glee's, yes, I love the little thing in there in chat. That's good. Okay. So yeah, he will go ahead and show up. We'll say that this took place a little bit before the droid showed you where the thing was. So he should be able to be caught up to speed, all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
So what's everybody doing?
I'm just making my way there.
No, I'm
Making my
passing the
way.
time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you are there.
Okay,
All right.
so
What's your
did
lead?
Good.
So did C9 point us to the panel or no?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, so who's more technologically inclined?
Probably Richard.
I could try
May-
security bypassing to send out the signal.
I was about to say, may I ask above and in game on that one?
So security, you can use the security check and technical for either doing the data pad trick or actually, I believe, can also be used for cross wiring and things of that, or your hot wiring. Let me double check the definition real quick.
But yeah, either way, Kanza would have filled Richard in on all that fun stuff when he got there.
This is where I wish the system had a help mechanic.
So technical security. This skill represents the character's knowledge of physical security systems, locks, alarm systems, and other detection devices. It does not govern computer security procedures. So yeah, if you wanted to do the hot wiring thing, that would be technical security. If you wanted to do the computer thing, that would be your computer programming repair.
I'll try the hot wiring thing.
Sure.
No.
Please tell me you didn't get a 1.
Again, do you want me to lie?
Oh my god.
You need to change your wild die, sir.
I'm thinking so.
Oh, no.
All right. Roll me strength.
Oh, this will be fun.
You may add your energy dice or energy modifiers from your armor.
Wait, is he soaking damage here?
Yeah.
That would be 12.
So there's some
Yeah. So
feedback.
there is a very loud and nasty pop and a little bit of arcing of energy as you kind of whoa, and you don't take any damage, but that was scary as hell.
Richard,
It's
are you
gonna
alright?
go. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, be careful. The ship's old, kind of finicky.
You don't say.
That's why we're repairing it. Well, I guess.
Can I get right back at it?
Really? Yeah, sure. I guess we're not going to be repairing it now.
I'm gonna try again.
Remember, character points are a thing, by the way.
And when R2 makes the comment, Kanza's gonna pat its little dome and just be like, "Don't worry, now you can do it the way you want to."
Well, there's really no reason for me to be here. I'll probably just wander off and deactivate.
On that, it's like, come now, old friend, really?
Well,
Does the 12 work for you?
the 12 works for me. Yes, yes. 12 works. So yeah, as you're kind of going on, I'll finish up what he was gonna say. There's really not that much for me to do. I mean, I could probably try to find someone else, but droids are usually slave labor. Slave labor can't talk in this voice that well. And the moment I get caught or go anywhere, they're just going to wipe my mind, and then it won't be me.
Hold on.
You're an interesting little guy. You want to come with us?
I was just getting ready to ask you that, Richard. What?
He will
Well, what do you
say
think, old friend?
he will kind of perk up a little bit and be like, "Well, it definitely beats having my mind wiped." And you seem like you're interesting peoples. His dome will kind of like turn towards Kanza for a moment as he stares, and turns right back to Richard, and then goes looking at Zoe, and he goes, "Sure, why not? What have I got to lose?"
As do you. You seem like an interesting person too.
Our
Kanza just
mechanic
raises an
will
eyebrow at
love
him.
you. Don't worry, our mechanic will love you.
Oh, you have a mechanic. I trust that he's
Yeah.
very good at his job.
She's great at her job.
Oh, apologies. I'm good. I'm glad she's good at her job. We will get along fabulously. And by that time, you end up getting it, and the hydraulics will kick in as the plate will kind of shift, shimmy, lift up, and then lift kind of off to the side. Let me think how I want to say this. Lifts up a little bit, and then it kind of scooches back some before flipping. That's the best way to describe it.
So, can we take a look at what we? Is it?
I'm gonna draw my blaster
Sure.
based off of that guy's warning.
So I was gonna do the same, but at the same point, it's like, is there a opening? Can we see through it?
Yep. There is only like a meter wide circular compartment containing what looks like a small data disk.
So I was gonna take the data disk then. Like, this is what we came for.
All right. So the data disk, if you want to, well, we won't worry about the roll because there'll be other opportunities for that. The particular data disk looks like it is one that's usually used for nav coordinates.
Oh, Looks like
Would I
this-
be able to put that in my little brisk computer?
You know, I don't know if we've ever done that. Let's
Probably,
consult the
but,
magic coin.
Richard, this
That
looks
did
like
not
it's more your jam.
Yes.
All right,
Here you go.
so I'll insert it in there.
Yep. So you take it.
I will also go back to the panel, close it,
Okay.
assuming I can do that.
Sure. A couple sparks of the wiring and things that it'll close.
Right.
So,
Yep.
Richard,
Yeah.
they're probably gonna find the ship eventually. What do you think we should rig this to go boom?
No.
Well, fair enough.
We don't exactly have too much that can go boom here except the cabana gas, and I don't feel like leveling half the station.
Well, to be clear, I'm not talking about an actual explosion. I'm thinking more of a small fire.
So what, they run off?
More like if there's anything we forgot, they don't get.
It's your job.
But yeah, we got. So we collect the time we spent. We collected. We collected the. What's the word?
Data disk.
Not just the
Oh.
data disk, but
A new
droid?
friend.
Yeah.
The
Two
droid's
new,
personal
two new friends.
personal
Yeah.
articles.
The articles of Dern. Yeah, you've
Yeah,
got like a
Dern.
couple cases of stuff.
It's like, all right. So, should we bother with disguises?
I'm gonna throw the cloak on that you were holding out before.
All right. Gonza.
Fine, I'll wear your weird outfit.
Richard, can you go to the other room? I need to get changed.
Go on
I'll
the ship.
just
There's no one on there.
I'll just step off the ship.
Yeah.
I'll have the cloak around me and the blaster in my hand.
Sure. Then you two get changed and place the clothes in bags or whatever. So then you guys end up stepping off the ship with the droid and everything else. Then there's like I see as the camera kind of looks back, and there's a dude that's got like kind of a sniper rifle good ways away. And there's another guy standing next to him that's got some binocs. And the sniper kind of holds his head back and then looks over the one dude and then looks back in. He goes, Did they seriously just go in and change? Yeah, dude, they probably don't even know that we're here looking at them. Oh, well, that makes sense. Well, let the other ones know. Yeah, I'm on it. As it'll go back to you guys getting off and looking all dressed differently.
Like, all right. So, the question is, now that we have it, how paranoid are we?
Khan's just gonna be scratching at her arm. I don't know about paranoid, but what is this material? I don't like it. It's itchy.
I'm gonna look at
I mean,
Zoe and go, well,
it shouldn't be. It's silk.
I don't know about you, but I'm not fond of snipers.
Sniper. With that being said, is there a? Can I make a spot to make if we have one anywhere near us while we're walking?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception search.
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 Okay.
Oh man.
Again.
Looking at those rolls.
That's just it.
13 with a 1 on the wall.
But yeah, mention of snipers, Konzo would be looking around too, so.
Sure. I don't even know what I want to do with that one. Oh, I got an idea. Okay. So go ahead and give me your check real quick when you're ready, Constance.
16.
16? Okay. Richard, were you gonna do anything or
I will also keep an eye out and
Sure.
see how this other die does.
Sure.
Okay. Why you do this to me, guys? Why you do this?
His roll 20
That's
says it's your
15.
turn.
That's right. Okay, so Richard Kanza, you're kind of looking around. You're not going to really notice anything. Zoe, you're looking around, and you're paying so much attention to anything and everything else that you're literally going to trip and stumble, slamming all over to the ground. The bags and cases, whatever you were carrying, just scatters.
Awesome. So, Zoe's going to grab a lot of that. It's basically what was in the bag is nothing too much other than, well, things she would rather not talk about. So she grabs them because they're embarrassingly cutie and girly-ish. It's like, you saw nothing.
I saw what was in the bag. I saw everything.
Bunch of stuffed animals, things of that. All right. Anyways,
This one's a unicorn.
it's so fluffy. All right.
So fluffy, I might die.
That's right. Alrighty then. So, yeah, you're gonna collect your things, this stuff, kind of get up, be embarrassed, but you will continue on to the docking bay.
All right.
I feel that.
All right. So, as you enter the cool shade of your own docking bay, you immediately, uh, you immediately see a number of shadowy figures lurking inside between you and the ship. A tall figure waits in the gloom. As the light comes up, the tall figure is illuminated, revealing a tall reptilian humanoid with dark green skin, a domed head, bald with the exception of a top knot of hair, a long and long manicured nails. Let's see, he is flanked by two armored guards on each side, armed with carbines. Six more guards in the same uniform are scattered throughout the bay. The alien smiles toothfully, and his skin changes to a light orange. You guys might not be close enough for this. So, perception check.
In general or for everybody?
Everybody can roll a perception check.
Oh, so
What the?
Oh, this is gonna be great.
5 with a 1 on the line. My second one in a row.
7.
Okay,
33.
33.
Jesus.
Holy crap. Okay,
That thing just kept blowing up.
that happens. All right. So Kanza,
I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure I spot it.
you're not gonna really notice anything. You do think it's odd that this thing went from green to like a light orange. I mean, that's kind of a color palette shift. Like, what the crap? Richard, you're gonna notice that you're gonna notice that there is kind of a unique odor that is somewhat pleasant, but it kind of hits you in such a way you're like, oh, like, why? It's almost sickeningly sweet. um, and then for Zoe, since you got a 1 on the wild die, what was the total?
5.
5. Okay. So any and all perception checks made against him, whether it be positive or negatively, will be modified. We're just going to say it that way by a d6. Okay. The gentleman will say, "Ah, you must be Dern's friend. Friends, plural. Pity about Dern."
Just gonna kind of motion to Zoe.
Yeah.
Friend.
Yeah.
Hansa puts her hands up. I don't know anyone here other
Yeah.
than these two.
Oh, he says, "Oh, my apologies. Your friend there." He says, "It is a pity about Dern.
Do I
He
smell
ran."
honey?
Yeah. He oh, it must be my cologne, he says. He ran afoul of one of my competitors earlier today, as I understand. I am oh, I'm gonna butcher this name. Zischel. A mercenary captain employed to recover certain precious items stolen from King Haxium of Falin. You may be able to assist me. Dern was working for me and was waylaid, and was waylaid.
Waylaid?
Yes, thank you. And was waylaid before he could deliver his final report. Do you by chance have it?
Wait.
I'm gonna look at Zoe.
Did you just say? Did you just say what I think you just said?
Waylaid? Yes.
No.
Final report? Yes.
I'm assuming this is spelled Zesha. Can you spell that?
Faline names are weird.
Ver.
Xishel.
That almost sounds a lot like a she shell.
What?
And probably the player reading a little too much into this, but I was told beware seashell.
So
And
in order to kind of give that
yeah,
transparency, like I like to do in things, that this system really doesn't have any inspiration points, but if this were D&D, they could get an inspiration point for that. Okay.
so it's like, oh, yeah. How do you know Dern
I believe if
properly?
oh, excuse me, he says I believe that you must still be in shock with the loss of your friend. He says, I am Zishil, and I'm here to recover certain precious items that were stolen from King Haxim of Faline, and he was assisting me. But of course, must have run into some trouble, and well, of course, you know the rest.
Yes, indeed. So, how do I say this? Sir Zisho, I'm afraid I don't know much more than you.
Oh, he says that is terribly, or that is hmm. That is very unfortunate. He says, well, he
I'm
says,
just gonna hold up the box. Be like, you can look.
um, he says no. He says the report would have been held on something much, much more small. He says than a box. He says something about like a data chip or a data disk. He says the
There's things in the
information.
box.
The information, he says, does come with a finder's fee of 10,000 credits. In cash, naturally. So if you can find it in that crate, then give it to me. He says, I can give you 10,000 credits. You go along your way, he says, and you've helped the King of Feline.
Gonzo's gonna hold up a hand. Can you actually show us that you have the credits?
He will
Can
snap a
you show
finger.
us that you're actually working? Can you show
Yeah.
us that you're actually working for the King of Falim?
He will snap
Any
a finger.
signets?
He will snap a finger, and there will be a guy that basically walks up, and he will basically have one of those containers like Richard received at Mojo, and they'll kind of twist the top, and the sides will pop down, and you just see stacks and stacks of credits, and then he'll twist it again and pops back up. He says, I believe, he says, my attire, he says, and words should be more than enough. He says, for you, Ms. I rolled a 1 on the wild die. You would have to take me at my word, he says, of working for the King of Feline. He says, but as you can see, he says, I'm not kidding. He says, it comes with a finder's fee of 10,000 credits.
Fair enough. It's like,
I'm just looking at Zoe.
I mean, wardrobe can be a lot. Can be not to call you an imposter.
It
But a
sounds like
lot
you're
can
calling
be.
me an imposter.
Oh no, no, no!
Oh,
Look
yes,
at
yes,
your
yes,
air
yes.
about you.
Then why
But
is
at the
there any
same point in
doubt?
time,
I
I'm
am who I
certain
am.
it's like you said it would be in something that small, like a chip. But is there any type of chip in that box at all?
That's why we need to look in the box.
If you have this information,
Take a look
he
in the
says,
box, please.
you
What's
have,
in?
yeah,
All right.
if you have the information, he says, remember, this is worth 10,000 credits.
So Kanza's going to Take the box, put it on the ground, open it up, and look inside.
You do not see the chip because I don't know what the crap Richard did with it. He took it and basically put it into the.
I was just looking to see if there was anything like similar looking to it or
Oh,
Is this a?
could fit a description.
Oh crap! It's like I am
so give me a
fading in and
perception
out.
con.
Oh,
I like the thinking.
Yes.
wait.
Because in my mind, Kanza
Ooh.
was too busy like paying attention to the droid and everything else to really see Richard doing anything with it.
I can see that.
Hmm.
That sound though. And
And hang on, and so +1. That's a 9 with a 1 on the wild die.
yep, I knew it. I knew it the second I heard the sound and the voice. Okay. So you're gonna kind of
What-
start looking through the stuff, and then you're gonna get to a point where you're like getting aggravated because, like, you're kind of moving to look for something, and everything keeps like sliding in, and it's covering your hands up, and you start getting annoyed. So you just basically start chucking his like personal belongings everywhere, like looking for stuff. So there's like some old shoes that go this way, like a blast helmet, maybe like some magazines or something. Who knows? Yeah, you basically just start dumping out the contents, but you
Well,
find nothing.
So, would I be able to get an inkling of what Zoe's thinking?
You can give me a perception insight.
Kanza's just gonna look up at the guy. Well,
Keep in
he
mind,
didn't seem to hide it
did
in here.
I did tell you everything that I wrote down as well in my notes, so you would have heard me talk about a seashell.
I don't know anything.
So fair enough.
Did you get a 1 on
Did
the
you
wild
roll
die?
another one? And
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, no, you
What
have no
the-
idea. Your mind is racing right back to PowerPoint station. You're thinking that Zoe's just going to start a firefight for no reasoning. The way she is stammering. She is trying to break through a facade of this Phaline that he is not who he says he is. You can tell the Phaline's getting slightly upset by some of the comments being made, so your mind immediately goes to, yep, we're gonna have another firefight if Zoe keeps this up.
well, my lord, it would appear that we do not have what you are seeking.
Hmm. Well, he says that is
Oh,
a
did you look in that
shame.
shoe over there?
The Phaline will kind of look at it a little like annoyed and disgusted. And he will say, I highly doubt it is in the shoe. You flung that thing pretty far, my dear. And nothing came out.
Kanza shrugs. Oh, I've heard of people hiding things in shoes before. I just don't know. I wasn't paying
Well,
attention as I threw it.
Well, he will snap the finger on his other hand as a gentleman will walk up in his attire, guard attire, and he will basically hand Zoe like a little data card thing that's basically not coordinates, comm number, and the Phaline will say, well, he says, if you do find anything, he says it. Remember, it comes with a finder's fee of 10,000 credits. I would be very much appreciated if you were to keep me informed.
I was going to curtsy. Of course, my lord.
He will then kind of look to one side over one of his shoulders, then look at the other, and then he'll kind of make a slight motion with the hand as all of the guards will basically kind of notice this and will begin kind of going around him as they will exit your docking bay.
So,
So,
I'm actually going to look
question.
back and go, so If you don't mind me asking, how do you know to stand outside my ship?
He will look and he'll say, um, well, he says it's quite simple. He says information travels well. He says, and when you have credits, it travels that much faster and smoother. He says the security here is not the world's best. He says, and a lot of them talk. He says, and they gave a description of a man. He says that apparently had been shot through the chest. He says that one of my men had informed me of. He says that I knew was Duran. He says, and another associate, he says, who has good standing with law enforcement, was able to confirm this. So I came to this docking bay. I knocked on the ship to see if anyone was home, got no response, and decided to wait, figuring someone should be back soon. It, for the King of Phaeline, he says, I can spare the time, he says, to wait patiently.
Makes sense.
Is
Just
that
curious.
all? Well, yes, I understand. He says,
Ever so wise.
Call it a healthy dose of paranoia, but I
Mm.
like to know why people are around my ship.
He will kind of smile that toothy smile and he say, sometimes questions can keep one alive. He says, then sometimes his questions are the things that will get someone killed. Be careful with that curiosity, my friend. I've seen it destroy many a strong comrade. Is that
Have a
all?
good day.
Thank you. He will kind of politely nod his head and then they will continue to walk on.
Well, the player just noticed something that Zoe would not know.
And
Those exact words. But sorry to interrupt.
you're fine.
And I apologize as well. It seems your stream is lagging a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I mean, look at this. I'm lagging a lot here too.
You've been
This
lagging
is
for a
like
while.
me with.
Yeah, you've been
Yeah,
lagging
you
for
were
I'm gonna-
lagging by yourself.
I'm gonna try something right quick. Hold on, let me disconnect and reconnect.
Oh, your stream caught up for
Oh,
a
it did?
moment.
Okay.
Oh, and it froze again.
Huh.
And it's reloading.
And
Yeah, it's all over the place. 30, 95, 0, 0, 1971. What the crap is going on?
Sounds like a lot of dropped frames.
Okay. Alrighty then. So
Uh,
that's something that I will have to fix later because I'm pretty sure I can't fix that while I'm streaming. So we will go ahead, since it's getting close to the 3-hour mark anyways, and apparently I'm lagging. We'll go ahead and call that here. It'll also give you guys time to kind of think about what it is you want to do, all the kind of fun stuff. So,
goody.
what did everybody think?
I was thinking I was going to have to activate some repulsor lifts.
Nice, nice, nice.
Kate gonna
So
have fun with this one.
The moment that you
Right?
mentioned that, I'm going, you said they're around the ship. Okay.
I think it was supposed to be docking bay. I might have just said ship. In the book, it says something about docking. They're scattered around the docking bay. There's a couple of them that were
Yeah.
underneath the ship, and then there were a bunch of them scattered around the docking bay. So, but yeah, did everybody have fun?
So-
That's another key
Yeah.
thing. Good, good.
Yeah.
Good.
yep.
I
I mean,
made
there's another.
rain.
There's another thing that's like this. So we're technically, are we the only ship in this specific bay?
Yes, it is a one ship, one bay kind of thing.
Oh, another accident could happen. A
Not
little
two
bit
ship, one bay.
accidental. A little accidental
Shut
burn.
up, Tim.
Really, really, dude.
I thought the same thing.
Oh wow. The people
What?
you hang out with sometimes tell you what.
But yeah, it's like
That's the one for the PG-13.
Dog, that goes past PG-13, friends. That goes well past PG-13. Okay. So, we'll go ahead and say that we'll go ahead and award you guys 3 character points because I've been pretty bad about forgetting to award you the character points for stuff. So, 3 character points.
All right.
And then, of course, every skills that you use tonight, you can go ahead and bump up between now and the next game session. So, what's everybody thinking that's going to go down? How's everybody thinking? Because I see a lot of concern with Vanguard and this Faline dude with his security crew. I think everybody likes the C9 droid.
Yeah.
I can see Jade replacing the voice chip.
Oh, you don't like that
Well, we-
voice? What's wrong with the voice? I might just replace it if it ends up being annoying for me to use. But as of now, I think I can pull it off for a while.
Well, it's like it almost sounds like I get the old man, but almost sounds a little. No, I don't want to say that. But still, it gives the voice character.
It does.
Gives. So it's doable. That's all. There's nothing wrong with a voice, eh?
Yes.
Sorry, I like doing voices.
You're fine.
All right, but yeah, that was fun.
Good. Hope chat had fun. Yeah, that's pretty much, I guess, where we're gonna end the stream. I don't think there's anything special that I need to really talk or say about. Is there anything special that you guys want to talk about, or anything I might be forgetting? Any questions about the game tonight? Anything?
No, not really.
Okay. Then. So,
Okay, so what was that raw perception that I was rolling? That was a con, yeah.
which
You
time?
You didn't make note of it?
But I know at one point I did roll a con.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you wrote a con. Yeah, because yeah.
Oh
So,
dear.
and you can always rewatch the stream to jot your notes down. So, but all right, everyone,
So-
thank you so much for watching. Views have been going up steadily, which shows me that, or at least seems like you guys are enjoying this. I am enjoying running this game with these players. The players seem like they're having a good time. We do this on the Saturdays around 6:00 ish. And we'd love to have you back for the next one. Yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and end the stream there. Let's see. Hold on a second here. I need to switch to that. And right there. So everyone have a good night and see you next week. Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.